Welcome back to Talk of the Town on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
We welcome you back to Talk of the Town for this Tuesday, October 12th. I'm Gary Stevens. It is the second Tuesday of the month, which means we spend our time for the next 22 minutes, 26 minutes or so, 27 minutes or so, talking about things going on at the Holland Museum. Physically, it is located on 10th and River in downtown Holland. Online, it is located at hollandmuseum.org. And joining us today via the Zoom connection is Katie Baker, who is the Development and Communications Associate Director, and Michelle Stempien, the Education and Community Programs Manager with the museum. Ladies, good morning. Welcome back to WHTC.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us, both of you. And we'll talk about things going on at the museum. And if you have a question, either Katie or Michelle, be happy to answer it at 616-395-1450, 616-395-1450. Let us begin, more than anything else, with a little bit of what I call a primer. Where exactly the museum is, the hours, the admission prices, and to a certain extent how somebody can become involved with the museum. It's more of a case of we get new listeners from time to time, people coming into the area, maybe not aware that there is a Holland Museum. And this is a perfect opportunity to explain what the museum is all about. So Katie or Michelle, I throw the forum out to you.
Sure. The Holland Museum is a wonderful organization here in Holland, and we invite everyone to stop in and check us out. We're open Friday, Saturday, and Mondays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the second Monday, which I know was yesterday, Gary, next month, though, when we're here in November, it'll be the following week. So I was checking that out. I know you're always excited about that. But we're open for free from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So the second Monday of every month, we're open late in the evening. But the Holland Museum features a great mix of local history. We have temporary exhibits, Dutch art, and we also have the Smithsonian Spark Lab, which is our hands-on invention workspace for families to learn the process of invention and innovation, which is very rich in the history of Holland. So you can come and learn everything and then and try your hand.
Now, I want to bring this right off the bat so that we don't run out of time and all of a sudden we can't give the information about people wishing to become a part of the museum. So why don't we do it right off of the bat? How can people be involved with the museum in terms of membership and supporting the Holland Museum?
Absolutely. Well, we have you can join on our website or you can stop into the museum and sign up to be a member. We have 3 different membership levels. We have our basic member, which just includes you to come into the museum and you get to bring a guest. Your family membership, which is great for if you have kids or grandkids that are going to be visiting and you want to bring a group in. And then we have our premium membership, and our premium membership also includes our North American Reciprocal Membership Program, which gets you into other museums around the world, actually, so you can get in. But really cool this month, if you are a member of the Holland Museum, and like I said, there's still time to sign up, so you have a little bit of time. Through October 31st, we are doing a local reciprocal program. So anyone that's a member of the museum and any of those 3 levels gets into the Grand Rapids Children's Museum for free this month. So it's a great time to sign up. We have this local reciprocal program, which means all of their members can come visit us and all of our members can go visit them.
By the way, I will pass the number now. We'll probably bring it up again at the end of our discussion. For more information besides the website, which is hollandmuseum.org, the museum's phone number is 616-796-3329, 616-796-3329. Before we talk about exhibits and programs at the museum, I do have a caller. Good morning. You're on the line with Katie Baker and Michelle Stempien.
Yes, I was wondering, I got a couple posters from past time, tulip time, like 96, 97. And I wonder if they take donations or anything like that.
It's a good question about dealing with donations for the museum. How is that handled?
It's handled with our collections committee. So if you hop on our website, there is a email address that you can contact our registrar or our collections department. And there's a whole process. So it's not just one person who decides whether we accept something in our collection. They take a look and see what we already have in our collection. If we don't have it, different, and it also depends on the production of it. So whether it's really in good condition. Thank you. And so there's a couple different ways, but definitely check out our website. And our process is on our website. It's probably the easiest way, or give the museum a call and they can put you in touch with the collections department to start that process if you're interested in donating anything.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the call. 616-395-1450. I'll just follow up on that. Is yes, you might have a poster from a tulip time from 94, 95 or stuff like that. And yeah, we already got one, but sometimes it's nice to have like 2 or 3 in case there's some problems and, you know, there's some damage caused to one of them. You're not out in the cold.
Right. Yep. And there's a whole process, and that's why it's great that there's not just one person making that decision. So there's a whole team that is able to make that decision and decide what comes into the collection.
You know, sometimes it's good to be able to bring that up. And I bring it up, you know, Katie, I don't know if it was you and Michelle or it was the executive director, Ricky Levine, about donations. And from time to time, we need to bring that up because people sometimes have some things, especially if it's a situation which is an estate situation. Somebody passes, they have some collectible things that they don't want to sell. They believe that it could be good for the community, and the committee decides whether or not it's something that should go in the collection. And keep in mind, it is a finite entity, the Holland Museum, in terms of a physical finite entity. It's not as if you can just keep on expanding and expanding and expanding to accommodate all of the collectibles because A, you can't display them all. B, you can't preserve them all. You just don't have the space. You know, it sounds a little simplistic, but you know, sometimes you need to be a little realistic with some of these things. 616-395-1450 if you have a question for Katie Baker or Michelle Stempien with the Holland Museum. Let's talk a little bit about the featured exhibit that is going on from now until January 17th. United for Progress, the La Oop story. We touched upon a little bit last month as it really got going. And as we continue through the fall, this is definitely a story that the community needs to know about.
Yes, definitely. So if you haven't been to see the exhibit, I encourage you to come down and visit us on the days that Katie mentioned. So the exhibition, United for Progress, the La Oop story, tells the story of this organization that's been part of the Holland community for over 50 years, and you may not know much about them. Latin Americans United for Progress has been a driving force for change in the Holland community. So the exhibition focuses on a wide range of topics that impacting the Latinx community, including education, cultural activities, community involvement, and discrimination. Because it's important to tell the story of this organization, which has spent decades promoting a more equitable Holland. So the exhibit labels are bilingual. We have some interactive stations in the exhibition, including an action station for visitors to respond to the exhibition. We have a display of quotes and photos from students and family members and community members of the Latinx community. So we really encourage people to come see the exhibit, and we do have some programs coming up, especially actually next weekend, October 23rd, in collaboration with La Oop. The Holland Museum is organizing a Day of the Dead program, or Dia de los Muertos, and that will be at the Holland Armory, which is on 9th Street. from 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. on Saturday, October 23rd. This is a free program, so we encourage people to come. There's going to be dancing and music and art activities and art displays, art created by local high school, middle school, and high school students from Holland Public Schools. And there will be ofrendas on display, which are the traditional remembrance displays that are created for the Day of the Dead holiday, with remembrances of loved ones who have passed away. And in fact, the community is invited to bring an object that is a remembrance of a loved one and included in the ofrenda that we are creating in the armory. So we hope people will come for that as well, in addition to the exhibit.
Yes, it looks to be something that will enrich the community. And I know it says Day of the Dead. Well, death is a part of life too, folks, and we got to put that a little bit in perspective. 616-395-1450. Being October, sometimes the macabre is spotlighted because of Halloween, and the museum has a slightly spooky cemetery tour coming up just ahead of the Halloween festivities. Tell us about it.
Yes, we have a new cemetery tour, which was actually developed by a Holland Museum staff member. Her name is Deborah Wake. And in fact, she will be doing the tours. And so, yeah, we wanted to, they're slightly spooky. We will talk about a few spooky aspects. And of course, you are in a cemetery, but really we're focusing on the stories of the people who are buried there, and really interesting history of Holland. And it's going to be very family friendly. And so it is a walking tour. They are taking place Thursday, October 28th at 4 o'clock, Friday, October 29th at 4 o'clock, and then Saturday, October 30th at 2 o'clock. And to register, we do need registrations because we do have a maximum number of 20 that we can take on a tour. So if you would like to register, please go to the Holland Museum website, and you can click on the day that you would like to go, and there is a registration link so that you can sign up to be a part of the tour. And we hope to see people there, and then people will meet outside the cemetery and go on the tour.
Dare I ask, if the response becomes very popular, and let's put it this way, you can be able to, your max is 20 and all of a sudden you get 65 people that want to be involved. Can we add people? I mean, can we add additional tours? Will there be enough people to be able to handle that?
I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to see where we are. That's why we're taking registrations. And if we're getting more registrations and starting a wait list, then we'll figure out what we're going to do from there. If we're going to add some tours or repeat them at another time. So we'll kind of see how that goes. So this is a new thing for us, and we're excited to see how it goes.
I don't want to start. I'm not trying to cause trouble, but I just want to, the eventuality this becomes popular, and being able to handle this popularity.
That's a good problem to have. So we are happy to have that kind of a problem. No, we will have a plan B. So, but we would love to have those tours all filled up. So, and I know that there are still spots available. So
let's get to the phones. We got another call. Good morning. You're on the line with Michelle Stempien and Katie Baker.
Good morning. I'm wondering, the people that are going to give the tours or guide the tours, are they people that actually know what they're talking about? I went on the fire walk this summer, and to be very honest, he read off a script, and a couple times we had passed things he was talking about, and he didn't know it, and he couldn't figure out what street he was on. I'm just wondering if it's going to be people that have actually done the tour and figured out what they're doing before they take.
Yeah, that's a good question about being totally prepared in the situation there, Michelle.
Sure. I can assure you that Deb she created this tour, so she is very well versed in the tour for the cemetery tour. I will also tell you that the people who do our tours over the summer, they're summer interns, so they get trained very quickly and are not actually from Holland, most of them. So I can understand why they may have gotten a little turned around on the tour, but those are our summer interns who do the summer programs. But Deb is a staff person and has been working tirelessly on this tour. So she is very well prepared.
Katie, a very important event is coming up on Thursday. It's a fundraiser. And if people want to get involved with this, there is a deadline looming for that. Tell us all about the history of the Dykstra Funeral Home.
We are so excited. This is our second fundraiser. We're doing virtual fundraisers. We're going to do some in-person ones later in the year, hopefully, but we are looking at a series of virtual fundraisers called Preserving Our Stories. The idea came from, we have these generational businesses in Holland that help tell the community's history. And we're so excited to celebrate the Dykstra Funeral Home, which is owned and operated by the Kleinhexel family. So a lot of people know this community, know this family. They are relied upon, and they actually go back fourth and fifth generations. So their Court is currently working with his dad Craig at the funeral home. So if you go, you have to go to the Dykstra Funeral Home, you'll meet. They have a great staff as well, but they're the part of the Kleinhexel family. So we wanted to help tell their story. We thought it was a unique story. A lot of people don't know the history of families that have lived in funeral homes, above funeral homes. A lot of the times, I don't know, Gary, if you ever watched My Girl, but that was always one of those movies that I thought about. And they actually talked about that when I met with them, so they joked about that one. But it's a great story, and it's a celebration of this community history. So we're inviting participants, attendees to join us. I have a deadline because the event is this week. So tomorrow, Wednesday by noon, I love registrations in by. That's our deadline. We extended our deadline because we have thank you gifts that we're giving out, and I was able to order some more thank you gifts where we have part of the thank you gift is from Yonkers Gardens and also Fresh Coast Candle. So we have a great gift bag that you'll receive as part of your participation. Then you join us Thursday evening at 7 p.m. It's just an hour, so it's a quick evening. What you'll be listening to and viewing on Zoom is a video that we've produced where we've interviewed generations of the Kleinhexel family. So they're going to tell us their story, their family history, and you'll be the first to view this program, and then it'll become part of our collection. So we're not just shelving this and it's not going to be viewed anymore. We're actually going to be telling the story and adding it to our collection, which I think is really great. We're adding this oral history, this digital history to our collection. So we'll be able to continue to celebrate this family history.
Yes, that is the fundraiser. Tickets are $100, $150, but again, it's a fundraiser for the Holland Museum. One other event coming up, and it's coming up on November the 4th, and it deals with the Pierre Marquette caboose outside of the Padnos Transportation Center. Michelle, tell us all about it.
Yes, if you've driven past there recently, you've noticed that it's much improved. So we have been embarking on a conservation project at the caboose for quite a few months now. So we will be having a talk about it on Thursday, November 4th at 7 o'clock. This will be on Zoom. You can register for it through the Holland Museum website. Claire Habor, who has been our conservation project manager, and Fritz Milhaupt, who is the publication editor of the Père Marquette Historical Society, they will be talking about our caboose, the history of the Père Marquette rail line, and its importance to the Holland community. So if you love trains, you don't want to miss this program.
Let's get one more call before we end our segment. Good morning. You're on the line with Michelle Stempien and Katie Baker.
She's talking about Dykstra's Funeral Home, and they have buried 18 members of my family through the years. And also, I don't know if she knows this, but Dykstra's used to run the ambulance service in Holland here. I don't know if she knew that or not.
I did, and they were the first ones to run the ambulance, and started with a horse-drawn hearse as well. So we
Right.
have pictures of those ambulance and the hearse in the presentation.
I remember riding in their ambulances. Of course, they were like the old Cadillacs they redid and like that.
Yep.
That's before the vans and stuff. So that's all I had to say. Bye.
Thank you very much for the
Thank
call.
you.
Yeah, and indeed, there's rich history. And again, when people talk about long-standing things in the community, they talk about maybe some family that's run a grocery store for generations, or a gas station that's run for generations, or a hotel that is run for generations. They don't necessarily think about the mortuary, but it's a farm of life. And again, the fundraiser is Thursday. Registration is noon tomorrow. And then, of course, talking about that caboose that'll be coming up on November the 4th. And there's one more thing I want to touch upon before we go, and it'll be coming up in terms of the date is the 8th of November, but it really is aligned with November 11th, which is Veterans Day.
Correct. And we are honoring our veterans on Monday, November 8th, just because we are not open on Thursdays and we wanted to be able to do something. So Monday is the day that we are open. So on Monday, November 8th, the museum is offering free admission to veterans to attend the museum all day long. That's 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. That is our second Monday, so we're open late that day. And then all visitors are welcome to visit our Holland National Guard exhibit, which is in the Armory, which is just a sort of kitty corner from the museum. And that will be open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we also have a display about military service within the museum itself. So we just wanted to say, thank you and honor our veterans that day by offering free admission and some special activities here at the museum that day.
We want to thank Michelle Stempien and Katie Baker from the Holland Museum for joining us today with the monthly Holland Museum update. Again, the website is hollandmuseum.org and the phone number 616-796-3329, 616-796-3329. Michelle and Katie, again, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Wish both of you and everyone at the museum well, and we look forward to another conversation with the museum next month.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you very much. Katie Baker and Michelle Stempien on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.